And I look forward to sharing that with you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Al Garcia. I'm the training director with UA Local 342, Plumbers and Steamfitters Union. So we're going to talk about apprenticeship and construction jobs.
My name is Len, and I am an admissions rep at Universal Technical Institute, commonly known as UTI. And I'm going to let anybody know what we do in a few moments.
Hello, my name is Laurence Jackson. I'm a culinary arts instructor at Laney College. I'm looking forward to talking to you about a culinary career.
Wonderful, thank you. Ms. Reed, please go ahead, and I'm going to share my screen so that you can share some of the activities and things that are happening over at Chabot.
Sure. So while Alma's putting up the,
Oops.
there we go, map of all the programs, it looks like it's a little hard to read. I hope you don't have a bigger monitor than I do.
Sorry.
I'm getting a lot of feedback.
There we go.
Okay. So these, I think maybe Alma you need to mute. How's that? Okay. No, still have feedback. I'll go ahead and try and ignore it. So there are 7 career actors that Chabot have degrees in. These are the 7: transportation, arts, media and entertainment, business and finance, education, child development and family services, public services, manufacturing and product development, and health sciences and medical technology. Now we have both programs that are certificate programs and degree programs. A certificate program is a program that allows students to earn a certificate of proficiency or certificate of achievement in an area that as an employer you have some expertise in the field, although you may not have a full degree in it. Certificates can be anywhere from 10 units, which is less than 1 semester, to over 40 units, which is almost a degree. The thing about certificates is you are not required to have take math and English, transfer level English, which is required for a degree. So a lot of students decide after a couple of years of trying different classes and figuring out what they want to do. They decide they want to go into an area and they find a certificate program, and that they can finish it maybe in 1 semester and get a job. So it's a very popular program at Chabot. If you look at this, anything with a blue diamond is a certificate program. You can have the expertise and ability to go out and get a job after completing the unit for that certificate. The areas with circles or dots are actual degree programs. Associate in arts or associate degree in sciences. And those are 60-unit minimum programs would require general education as well as the fields that you're studying in expertise. Now, one thing many students don't know that just started about a year ago is that now offers your first year of college free. Your tuition will be paid by Chabot if you take a minimum of 12 units. And they can be 12 units. They can be certificate units, they can be career creation units, they can be TE units. So long as you complete 3 steps for school start, your first 2 semesters are free. So that's one way that a lot of students are coming and exploring different careers and certificate programs and not having to pay for it. So it's kind of a great deal for students. Like I said, we just started this about a year ago, and we're seeing more students that are coming because of that. So if you have any questions about that, I'm happy to answer those. But just trying to keep this short and if you have any questions.
Thank you. We'll hold all questions. I know that they can post questions. They'll come to me. And I forgot my order. Who did we say was coming up next? Let me see here. Why don't you, Al, if you're ready to go?
Yeah, I can go.
Sure, thank you.
So, hello everyone again. So my name is Al Garcia, and I am the training director for UA Local 342 Plumbers and Steamfitters Apprenticeship Program. So I just want to share a few things with you tonight. So our training center is located in Concord. The apprenticeship programs we cover are considered the piping trades, mostly new construction with some service and maintenance work. The specific trades that we cover for our apprenticeship programs are plumbers, steam fitters, pipe fitters, HVAC refrigeration mechanics and service technicians, and welders. And the welders are specific to piping. The work areas that we cover would be all of Alameda County and the heavy industrial work like oil refineries in Contra Costa County. Our apprenticeship programs are 5-year programs. They're earn while you learn. There's no tuition fees. 5 years of your apprenticeship is broken up into 10 semesters. At the end of each semester, you pass your classes and you're working steady, you will get a 5% raise, which equates to about $3.25 an hour every semester, which is every 6 months. For the first 2 years, you'll be working full-time and attending day school 1 day every other week. So you'll be working 40 hours 1 week and 32 hours the next. And one of those days you'll be attending day classes. After the first 2 years, you will transition to evening classes, which are 2 or 3 nights a week for 3-hour sessions that run from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and continue working during the daytime. So for a brand new apprentice starting our program, the hourly wage is $27.60 an hour. And on top of that, there's a $42 fringe package, and then fringes, that's considered, you know, your medical, your dental, your vision, your pension, your 401. That's all part of your fringe package. So starting wage is roughly $54,000 a year with great benefits. At the time that you complete the program, become a journey person, the current wage is $67 an hour with a $42 fringe package on top of that. So roughly $134,000 a year. So it's not too bad. So some of the frequently asked questions is, you know, how do you get into one of our programs? So we generally do applications once a year, and it's generally in February, but last month was a little dicey, so we didn't get it accomplished in February. So we're going to have it in September of this year. So September of 2021, we'll be doing applications for a 1-week period. Come down, do an application. At the time of application, you know, we're just looking for a couple items. One is we're looking for a high school diploma or a GED, and then some form of photo ID. And we do encourage that you have a driver's license, and that's helpful. At that time, we're going to schedule you for testing on a Saturday. So it's high school math and mechanical reasoning. The test takes about an hour and a half. Pass the test at 75% or more, move on to an interview, and then on to a waiting list. So the waiting list that we create, their waiting lists are good for 2 years. And kind of from there, we pull you into the program as needed, and off you go. So that's kind of the short version of the program. So I believe that your teacher or counselor has the flyers and information for this program. So if you need more information, you can get it there. Also, we are always happy to give tours. You know, I have a full staff here during the day and even in the evenings. Like currently right now, we have classes that are running till 9 o'clock, and I'll make rounds. But you know, visitors, students, and parents are welcome to come down and schedule up, and we'll give you a tour in the evenings if that works for you. And with that, that's what I got.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. That was great. We're going to turn it over to Mr. Jackson.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry, good evening, everyone. I'm used to teaching afternoon classes. Like I said, I'm an instructor at Laney College, where we offer programs in restaurant management and also baking. They're usually a 2-year class. For example, if you're going to do the hot side or restaurant management, you're going to have 4 semesters. First semester is basically Introduction to Culinary Arts, where you have classes in hospitality and careers, recipe and food cost, ingredients and equipment. Then you go on to the second semester where you learn about soups, stocks, dynamics of heat cooking. That means how you apply different types of cooking methods to different types of foods. And then introduction to garde manger, where we do pâtés, we make sausages, and things like this for cold buffet service. And also you're going to take 1 class of baking. We feel our chefs should be well-rounded, and there's a basic patisserie class or an introduction to baking class. And then the third semester, you're in the restaurant. I have a short video of about the third and fourth semester of what goes on in their classes. They serve the public in the bistro restaurant. And the first class in third semester is the introduction to garde manger and American style bistro cooking. You're also going to learn nutrition, dining room management. In the fourth semester will be all international cooking, where you cook from around the world, and that is also permitted, presented in the bistro. You're also going to learn supervision, hospitality, and once again, principles of food and beverage and labor controls, which is very, very important in our industry. I go to shared screen for okay. I've got a short video of what it's like, I guess, daily life in the bistro. This is during lunch service.
I bark. I don't bite though. Traditionally, we would use
Bistro recently received Edible East Bay's Local Hero Award for both chef restaurant and nonprofit categories.
All right, quit standing around like you're the executive chef. Oh, that's right, you're the sous chef. All right, then bark a little bit. Often what chefs say when people graduate from culinary schools is they think they know it all, and they think they can do it all. And then when it gets busy, they can't hack it. I'm trying to make sure they're not deer in the headlights when they go out in the real world.
We try and offer as close to a real-life restaurant experience as possible. We're in the kitchen about 16 weeks. The last week is basically done with all in-class finals. We have about 2 written exams to go to.
I got a sauté cook who's never made that dish before.
No.
Did you like the sauce? Yeah. Good. I'll go tell her. She'll be happy to hear that. Thank you very much. Compliments on the pepper steak. On a single. You got an ace out there.
When I first started teaching, it took a long time for me to get the pan out of my hand. In other words, turning the pan over to a student. Now, my job's a lot lighter, and I'm still having fun. Get away from our mushrooms.
Biggest day is when they're in charge, when they're sous chefs, because they got to do a lot of planning. They got to write the menus. They got to do the POs, purchase orders. They got to do the ingredients lists and the recipes and project the quantities. So it's a lot of responsibility. They literally know which day they're going to be cooking what cuisine at the beginning of the semester, and they start planning some of them, weeks in advance. And then others put it off to the last second, but they're the ones that usually end up hearing me bark a little bit. I'm like an old junkyard dog. I bark. I don't bite though. Traditionally, we would use North African couscous in North Africa. This is Israeli couscous. So if you got a North African menu and you got Israeli couscous, if you have people that really know, they'd be critiquing you on that.
We try and let the students touch on all the cuisines. Some chefs are combining Mediterranean, Asian cuisine. Some are combining Asian cuisine with California cuisine. It's all a mix. The flavors go together, all of a sudden we see you on television. Since I've been here in 2004, we've averaged a job every week from the outside. In other words, every week somebody on the outside is looking for a Laney College student. I don't think there's anything else like this in the Bay Area.
You know, the students design the menu, the students do the purchasing, the students do the service, they do the preparation. You know, I give each group of students rotates from station to station. They do a different country every week. They rotate between the grill, the saute station, the pantry, and the sous chef in front of the house. And so they get a little taste of everything.
If they were at a freestanding restaurant, these are some of the things that they would be doing to keep the production going. If you want to sample our food, we're open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday, 11:45 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Come see us.
For more information, please be sure to check out peralta.edu.
Okay, I just want to let everybody know that's like a day in the life of culinary at Laney College. If you have any questions about baking or the restaurant management, you could email me at ljackson@peralta.edu, and I'll try and answer any questions you have. And thank you for viewing.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. And lastly, Len, representing Universal Technical Institute.
Let me see if I can do this. There you go. I'm assuming you can see my red car?
Yes, we can.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm always relieved. Well, listen, folks, thanks for having me here. I'd like to tell you what we do at UTI. Number one, UTI is the oldest technical college in the United States, 56 years old. Currently, we have 12 campuses nationwide, with a new one in Austin, Texas, being built. We have about 11,000 students that go to UTI around the country. Closest campus to the Bay Area, which is where I live, like you do, is up in Sacramento. So these are the programs that we offer. Well, instead of me just reading, let me go over this. These are the companies, folks, that hire UTI graduates. Not all of them, but the ones that take care of business. And, you know, like everybody else's program this evening, you got to go every day, get enough sleep, you know, have a good driving record, by the way. For those of you who are thinking about going into the trades, you have to be able to work with machinery. You have to be able to get to work. So if you wanted to work for Porsche or BMW or Ford, UTI is a good choice. Let me show you what we do.
We're for success of the hands-on heroes, the mechanical geniuses, the fixers of broken things, the ones who make what goes wrong right. Because without them, the world literally stops moving. Yes, we're for their success, which is why we've partnered with leading automotive, diesel, motorcycle, collision repair, marine, CNC, and welding companies to create state-of-the-industry facilities throughout the nation, and to ensure our students learn the technical and professional skills they need in the way they learn best, hands-on. Are you one of these hands-on heroes? We have a variety of programs to choose from. In Universal Technical Institute's Automotive Technology program, you can learn how to diagnose, maintain, and repair domestic and foreign automobiles. You'll find out how to troubleshoot problems of all kinds using engine analyzers, handheld scanners, and other computerized diagnostic equipment. After completing UTI's Diesel Technology program, you'll be prepared to work on everything from big trucks and corporate fleets to farm equipment and more. You'll start with basic diesel engines and work hands-on through all major areas like transmissions, fuel systems, air brakes, chassis, climate control, and preventive maintenance. In the collision repair program, you can learn about welding, frame alignment, mechanical and electrical repair, custom paint and body applications, and factory painting. In the new welding program, you can prepare for a career making sparks fly, cutting, shaping, fusing, and repairing everything from buildings and bridges to pipelines, power plants, vehicles, and even aircraft. You can even choose the NASCAR Technology program in Mooresville, North Carolina, where you can learn things like engines, fabrication, welding, aerodynamics, and pit crew. In the new CNC machining program, you'll get the skills you need to drill, mill, grind, route, and cut parts with laser precision. for everything from high-performance engines and medical equipment to aircraft components and industrial applications. At Motorcycle Mechanics Institute, you can learn how to work on everything from street bikes and dirt bikes to racing bikes to the hottest Harleys on the road. At Marine Mechanics Institute, you can work on everything from stern drive, inboard gas and diesel engines to outboard two-stroke and four-stroke motors to prepare for a career on the water. The choice is yours. There will be 1.2 million auto and diesel technician job openings by 2026. Get there. Faster, smarter. Universal Technical Institute. We're for success. Your success.
So if anybody would like, now, if anybody would like to, and Alma, you might want to take a photograph of this with your cell, but this is my QR. Can you see that QR code, the engine, or no? Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. I don't know why this one's in the, well, anyway, if anybody would, that's how you get a hold of me. So if you want to get more information in the mail, you can scan it, or you can just take a photograph. It's got my name, my cell phone, and my email address. So, with that, I will turn it back to you, Alma, and thank you very much for allowing me to come onto your program here.
Absolutely. Thank you. Students and families, if you do have any questions, the chat has been enabled to come just to me. And so if there are any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat. Our session is set to go until 6:55 is when the next session starts. So it gives us a little bit of time to answer any questions that you all have. I know I have one that I know I get asked a lot, but I think if you were telling a student who is, and we'll go around in a circle, a student who is graduating from high school, what would you say are the most tangible skills for the different, that they would be the most useful thinking about how they can approach high school, or how they have just finished high school? What would you say is going to be the best thing that they can walk away with coming into your trade? Like having great writing skills, or math really is important, or something of that. Being willing to be open and be told what to do. I don't know. I don't know if you'd like to start, Christina. Sorry, it's such a vague question.
That's okay. Well, it depends obviously on which field that you decide you wanted to go in. Some fields do require a strong sense of, or a strong mathematics background. Others do need other things, but I think curiosity and critical thinking are really important. Wanting to learn, being open to whatever this career is and exploring. So, but definitely, critical thinking, I think, across the board, and soft skills, being able to work as a team member. Those will get you far in any profession. And since we have such a range, you'll find that there is teamwork and assignments in, I think, in every one of our different career pathways.
Does anyone else want to answer?
Yeah, I'll say something. I think that attitude is really important. The so-called soft skills. People can teach you how to technology, to a certain degree, but having the right attitude, going to school every day, and realizing that your success depends on your endeavor. Now, when I'm recruiting students and speaking to people, I like to look them in the eye and say, hey, are you the kind of person that learns better if somebody's showing you what to do rather than sitting there taking notes and writing papers? So I guess I'm looking for a person who has a combination of computer skills and mechanical ability. And one of the questions I always ask is, hey, do you like cars? That's a really good start. But I think that soft skills are really important. I think you'd agree with that, Al, wouldn't you?
Yep, I would agree with that. And if you don't mind, I'll add, like you said, punctuality, being dependable, being coachable, being able to take some direction. And then if you're not clear on the direction you've been given, to ask some questions.
Yep.
I'm almost in the same boat with everyone else, especially in the skills side of jobs. being on your feet a long time, hot conditions, being a team player, willingness to learn, being able to take criticism and put that criticism to use and not take it as someone's giving you a hard time. Because in this industry, chefs are really, really particular and they want it a certain way. And so until you become a chef yourself, you're going to be following directions. And these fields, ladies and gentlemen, are open to any student. We will develop your knife skills just like any of the other trades will do. Right now, there are, how can I say, a demand for skilled tradespeople. So whatever choice you make, hopefully it's culinary, you know, you're going to have the world open to you. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Thank you all. I do want to give the students that were joining us at the beginning an opportunity. We are wrapping up this first session. For those of you who joined us midway, I'm assuming my guests can stay for another session. But we can go through some information again. If you do have specific questions, you can drop them into the chat and we can answer those. But I think it's wonderful to hear. I mean, it sounds like there's so many different, like I like that the soft skills is just interpersonal, being coachable, being someone who can take direction, and because that goes a long way. I think sometimes it's lost amongst students, especially in this Zoom land, learning to unmute themselves and ask a question and be brave to do that. So I know I definitely appreciate that. So thank you to the students who did join us. They are going to be moving on to the next sessions. And then we'll give a few minutes for students to kind of transition in and around. And if you did join us late, feel free to stick around and drop any other questions. I didn't get any questions in the chat, so.
Alma, what time are we back on? More or less.
Yeah, we'll do a take 5 or take 7. So just come back at I think they told me new time starts at 7 and we'll give a couple minutes.
Oh, so we're back on immediately almost.
Yeah.
Okay. I got
I
so
didn't know
if
we
you
were
need-
doing a second session. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I apologize. They had told me just one initially, and then just they didn't want to have too many students competing with other sessions that were happening at the same time. So if you need to go, I totally understand.
I just wasn't aware. Sorry, I just thought it was
Yeah.
7.
Okay. We do have another student here coming in. So I appreciate you guys so much. Taking time out of your evenings and into your homes. Hi, Jean. This is Miss Della Rosa. I'm one of the counselors. We're going to give folks a few minutes to get situated and come back from and join us. So just sit tight. But this is the career education and apprenticeship presentation.
I have a question for Laurence.
Yes.
So every year there's like a trade fair